Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of OTS News. My name is MD from NY. Breaking news out of Riyadh. CM Punk has done the unthinkable. He looked at a nation dead in the eye and said, "My bad." That's right, folks. CM Punk, the man who once told The Miz to go suck a blood money-covered dick in Saudi Arabia, has apologized to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. He's matured, ladies and gentlemen. He's now self-aware. He's accountable. Who knew that was even possible in professional wrestling? But not everybody's celebrating this grown man's behavior. Nope. Of course not. The AEW sickos, they're in shambles. Twitter's on fire. They're foaming at the mouth, crying into their little elite-themed body pillows because their former messiah, the man they claim is washed, bitter, and toxic, just showed more backbone and leadership in one sentence than Tony Khan has in 5 years. Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, the AEW culture is soft. They don't like apologies because it reminds them that they have nothing but excuses. No direction, no spine, just backstage fights, ice cream bars, and emotional meltdowns on Collision that don't draw. Meanwhile, Punk's out here owning his past, speaking to the world, and, oh yeah, making millions while AEW can't sell out a fucking broom closet in Texas. We are live tonight, sponsored by our great friends over at Magic Mind, magicmind.com/JDfromNY. Save 60% off your subscription. Now it is time for the best of the best of the best.
goodness. Man, that OTS news, bro, they are cutthroat, man. Who's running that place over there, bro? Man, I don't wanna mess with OTS news, man. Oh shit. Sounds like they got something against Tony Khan, bro, huh? I don't know. I wonder who that guy could be, man. Do not adjust your television screens, man. It's 5 o'clock. SmackDown was live in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Technical difficulties. New champions crowned. CM Punk. Word life. Basic punkonomics. And the best thing of all. The most important thing of all. This was the last week. SmackDown will be at 3 hours. Next week, we go back to 2 hours. Permanently. Thank God. The wrestling gods have spoken. But I'm sure there are some geeks out there that are against that decision. Ladies and gentlemen, it's happy hour. I got my cold beverage. I don't know about you guys, man. It doesn't really seem like summer outside, man. It's down to the 70s in New York. Don't worry, we're drinking them ice cold anyway. When I get there and I open the doors to the beer garden, I want to know on this Friday afternoon happy hour, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Friday night SmackDown Post Show for your Friday, June 27th, 2025. I am your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Thank you so very much for joining me on this happy hour, wherever you may be. You know, I was waffling back and forth with the decision on what time to go live, because I know a few others in the community are going live at this time. Do I want to go live with them? Do I want to go live at 11 o'clock when the show actually comes to an end. I decided to do it at 5 o'clock. I thought 5 o'clock was a good time. People here are getting off from work. My fine friends over in the United Kingdom are hopefully relaxing at home with a nice cold beverage on this Friday night at 10 p.m. A little bit of off the script for everybody, man. I also did not want to watch this show. Thank God, after what we watched tonight, I would have been miserable watching this show back at 8 o'clock all the way till 11 and then having to go live until 1:30 in the morning. Thank God I didn't do that, man. Thank God I didn't do that. These shows just kind of... There's just a different vibe with these shows. Not only because it's earlier in the day. I'll get to that in a second. But these Saudi shows don't really resonate with me, man. I just feel like they're just fluff. They don't really do anything major on these shows. The vibe is different. It doesn't feel big. It doesn't feel important. You just get a sense that they are there because they have to be there. I always found it to be a difficult thing for me to work against other time zones, even when I travel. I went to London for All In the first year. Difficult time adjusting. You know, I just find it to be a thing I can't overcome when I am in a different time zone. When I have to watch these shows at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, man, everything just gets fucked up. Everything. Honestly, I my whole day gets fucked up. I got a plan for things to be done earlier, and then I have to do the stream earlier. I'll never get used to it. I am obviously used to the 8 p.m. time slot, and the best news of all today is that we don't have to worry about 8 to 11 anymore. We don't have to worry about 3-hour SmackDowns. They are going back to 2 hours as of next week. It's going to be a tape show. They're taping next week's SmackDown for 4th of July to give all the talent off for the holiday. They are taping that after Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw will be airing at 6 p.m. Eastern on Monday, so that they may tape SmackDown at 8:30 p.m. Eastern and get the hell out of there with everybody on the way to vacation. So that's exactly what's going on there. No more 3-hour SmackDowns. They are a thing of the past. Hopefully they never return again. And that's the best news of all. So next week, depending on what I'm doing, I may or may not cover SmackDown, being that it is actually 4th of July and I may want to relax. If it is a big enough show and if there is something that goes down that's massive, we will talk about it. Unless something big happens, I might just take the night off. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. But Monday Night Raw is 6 p.m. on Monday. Again, that's another oddity thrown at us. So we may be going live at, I would say, I'll let you guys know. I don't know exactly what I'm doing. That's right in the middle of dinner time. It's really fucked up how they do this to everybody, but not everybody is a streamer like me and some others in the community. So I'll figure it out. I may actually wait to go live at 10 o'clock or 10:30, whatever the case may be, and I'll just take it from there. So I'll let you guys know on that, but a lot of different time issues and a lot of different things coming our way the next week. I will keep you guys updated the best I can on social media, so please make sure you're following me over there. As for the show tonight, minus the 30 minutes that I had to sit through on a VPN watching this show on a Canadian server at 1 p.m., Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton came out. And then all of a sudden, before they even said anything of importance, the show goes dead. They had no feed for 30 minutes. And I had to sit there and watch commercials or one long commercial with that annoying "We'll Be Right Back" song that they play on the Netflix stream. I don't know what was going on. I was fearing for my life at that point. I'm like, they're going to really make me watch this shit at 8 p.m. Eastern time and come live at 11 o'clock. Thank God it came back. They didn't really come back to much of anything important because we came right back into a big Jimmy Uso versus JC Mateo match. Well, man, that first 30 minutes of SmackDown got abruptly cut off. I got the latest on that and what happened there. Fightful was quick with the report on that, so we'll touch upon that. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, I don't know if they're going to refilm the segment that they obviously didn't get through tonight. I don't know if they're going to refilm it and then splice it into the actual program for the United States feed at 8 o'clock on the USA Network. I have no idea. But it was riddled with technical difficulties, and even after they got back, it really wasn't much better. Honestly, this was a lame duck show. Crowd was excited for some of it. They were dead for some of it. They got excited for some of it again. They were excited for the big stars. They were excited for Cody and Randy and John Cena and CM Punk. They did not care about everything else in between. Lame duck show from Saudi Arabia, which is why I say these shows don't really feel important whatsoever. But it's not all doom and gloom. It's not all doom and gloom. John Cena and CM Punk had a great close to Friday Night SmackDown last week where John Cena reenacted CM Punk's pipe bomb promo 14 years ago. I thought that was a great segment. I thought it was fucking fantastic. Some people called it the greatest promo that John Cena's ever cut. I don't think that's the case. I think people are really overcompensating there. A lot of people tend to think everything that's new is the best thing ever. No. I can't even remember John Cena's best promo ever, but that was not it. Was it the greatest segment ever? No. No, it was not. It fit the bill. It fit the narrative. It fit the story that they are telling here with John Cena and CM Punk. They both seem to be having a great time working together, and it's only 3 weeks. I'm actually going to sound a little selfish here. I really feel like this should be done at SummerSlam. I'm going to sound selfish again. I honestly feel we had more time for this to develop. 3 weeks seems very hastily done. 3 weeks seems like not enough time. I don't know if they're going to go back to it, but my sources say no. Looks like John Cena is moving on to Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. And CM Punk, I don't know what CM Punk does. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Gunther, we don't know. We don't know where CM Punk goes. Tonight, CM Punk revived the Doctor of Thugonomics, John Cena. Comes out and rebrands himself as Punkonomics. The Doctor of Punkonomics. CM Punk. No drugs. He's out there rapping lines to John Cena. Basically, tit for tat. Cena stole his promo. Punk stole Cena's gimmick. Last week, it was Cena's pipe bomb. This week, it was a CM Punk burial. Courtesy of the Doctor of Punkonomics. I thought that was great. You can just tell that they're really having a great time going back and forth and reliving the classics. And it's just, everything that they've done has been absolutely spot on perfect. This is why I say 3 weeks for this build is not anywhere close to being enough. I would really love to see a few more weeks of build as we head into SummerSlam, but they needed this match done here. They used his defiance about going to Saudi Arabia as a storyline aspect to this build, and it's worked out great. I think it's worked out perfectly. Now, the match itself, we may end up disappointed with the match itself, but the 3 weeks of build that we got have been fucking fantastic. And I honestly think when the bell rings and this feud is over and we start moving on to SummerSlam, I do think that the 3 weeks of build that we got will probably be better than the match itself. But I'm not going to count them out yet. CM Punk has been relatively great since coming back to the WWE. He hasn't had a bad match since coming back to the WWE. I do think that he's been able to pull out something from John Cena that others so far this year have not been able to pull out. I wonder if that's going to cross over into the in-ring aspect of this feud. Punk is somebody I'm not going to doubt. If the match sucks, the match sucks. And we'll talk about it on Saturday afternoon. But I'm not going to doubt him before he gets into the ring. I'm not going to doubt him before the bell rings. We know John Cena has been rough around the edges. This is the best that we've seen of John Cena so far. Hopefully that translates in the ring tomorrow afternoon at Night of Champions. But the last 2 weeks, they nailed both go-home segments. Very happy with what we got. We got a new United States Women's Champion. Zelina Vega is no more. And one of the worst title reigns of the modern era is over. Guilia is the new Women's United States Champion. And it could not have come at a better time going into SummerSlam. And it could not be on a woman that is any better for the role right now. Zelina Vega was not working out. Zelina Vega was not getting any reaction. Zelina Vega is not very good in the ring. She's downright miserable. The United States Championship has suffered enough. Hopefully WWE can now start building Guilia as a threat in the middle of the card and start putting some prestige back into the United States Championship. It never really had any prestige to begin with because it was dead on arrival. But hopefully she can start resuscitating that championship and making it feel somewhat worthy in the middle of the women's division. We had a women's tag, not a women's tag team match. We had a men's tag team match, tag team title match. The Street Profits versus the Wyatt Six. I am sick of the no reaction and boredom that I feel during a Wyatt match. Nobody cared. Legitimately, nobody cared. And it ended up in a disqualification. I don't know what the Wyatts deal is. I don't know what fans are feeling about the Wyatts, but by the sound from a very over-enthusiastic Saudi Arabia crowd on most times they're here, they couldn't even be bothered to fucking care. Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. Last woman standing match for the WWE Women's Championship. I will say this was not anywhere close to the last match that they had together for the Women's Championship. I felt like I was watching a match in ultra super duper slow motion. Maybe putting Nia Jax in a last woman standing match is not such a good idea. I swear to God, man, I could not wait for it to be over. Naomi teased the cash-in. I knew it wasn't going to be a cash-in. I'm sticking with my guns on Naomi cashing in at SummerSlam. And I feel like we will get a heel turn for Bianca Belair. We'll talk about all that today, right here on Off the Script. Tonight, for the SmackDown Post on Friday, your June 27, 2025. We are sponsored by our great friends over at Magic Mind. MagicMind.com/JDfromNY. Make sure you guys use our unique link. Save 60% off your subscription when you use our link, MagicMind.com/JDfromNY. We'll talk about my friends over at Magic Mind a little bit later on in the show. How do you think I get through these shows, man? Magic Mind. How do you think I'm focused for these shows? Magic Mind. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Make sure you guys go check out all of the great content on the channel. We were live on Monday for the Raw Post Show. We were live on Tuesday, celebrating 100 episodes of Tuesday Night Titans with the Solid Monster on TNT. Great show, great discussion, great laughs. Support on that show, man. I'm still feeling it. You guys killed it. We were live on Wednesday for the Dynamite Post Show. Nobody seems to care about AEW. Does it feel like all-in season? No, it doesn't. Doesn't feel like all-in season. Feels like they're going fucking bankrupt on the road to all-in. We were live on Wednesday. Extras thrown in there. One on Cody teasing a heel turn. The other on Karrion Kross and the vicious rumor, which is now debunked, by the way, that the reason he's not getting pushed is because he won't bump. I called it out as bullshit in the video, and I knew it was bullshit, only to be reported today as bullshit. Go check it out. That's on the homepage. If you missed any of the content this week, go and check it out. Any more news this weekend, I will keep you guys updated right here on the channel. Not even going to ask for a goal tonight because this is not my time to stream, bro. This is not my normal time to stream. Whatever you guys want to do, man, hit the thumbs up. Helps me out tremendously. I would love if you hit the thumbs up. If you guys are watching this after the fact, hit the thumbs up. If you guys are watching after the fact, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of Friday Night SmackDown. All of the likes and the comments help us out in the algorithm. Super chats are open. Whatever you guys want to get on in, however you want to support, how much you want to support, up to you guys. We will hang out at the end of the show. Whatever you guys feel like, I appreciate as always. And please go get your TNT t-shirts. Celebrate 100 episodes with the Solid Monster and I. TNT Tuesday Night Titans, the best of the best of the best. Bonfire.com. Make sure you guys check the link down in the description, or better yet, you'll see the shop window right below the video player that you're watching me on right now. The official off-the-script storefront with this bad boy, Tuesday Night Titans, now available on bonfire.com. There you go. Let's get into this review. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton started things off. I thought we were going to get an epic promo between Cody and Randy. We did not get an epic promo. We got the feed. No matter where you guys were watching, we got the feed cut off. 30 minutes of Friday Night SmackDown. Cut. I don't know how they're going to operate with the U.S. feed here at 8 o'clock. We start the show off with Cody Rhodes. Crowd loved Cody Rhodes, welcomed him with open arms, sang his song. Randy Orton comes out. They welcome him with open arms. And they sing his song. King of the Ring crown in the middle of the ring on a podium. And before Rhodes can say a single word about the King of the Ring, Randy Orton interrupted as the fans are singing along with his theme. He got himself a microphone. He asked the fans if they watched Monday Night Raw this past Monday, and if they saw Cody Rhodes face Jey Uso in the main event of Monday Night Raw. He put over the match as a potential Slammy Award candidate for Match of the Year. On no planet in any promotion would this win Match of the Year. I think Randy Orton was being just a tad bit generous to Cody Rhodes. At that point, nobody knew what else was said. Nobody knew what else was said. At that point, the Netflix feed went down, no matter where you were watching, Canada, the United Kingdom, and the show apparently paused live in the United Kingdom area as a result of an unknown technical error. Now, Fightful has a report on what exactly happened here. Update on broadcast issues from Friday Night SmackDown in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. During the SmackDown broadcast from Saudi Arabia, there was a feed outage that caused broadcast issues for international viewers. About 10 minutes into the show, international feeds froze, and the screens in Riyadh went out during a Randy Orton-Cody Rhodes promo. The talent were made aware of the issues, and after the promo, Randy Orton tried to kill time by speaking with the crowd. After that, Orton's theme played repeatedly as he went around the ring to meet fans. About 25 minutes into the outage, Cody Rhodes came out to speak with the crowd, and the internal screens began working again. Carmelo Hayes, in street clothes, was brought out to confront Cody Rhodes, and he ended up eating a crossroads, says the report from Fightful. The TV outage lasted over 30 minutes. They've asked about what caused the outage, and they'll be refilming the Cody and Randy segment for the U.S. feed. We're told that it will air as normal in the United States. So there you go. I'm sure nothing was said outside of Cody's going to win King of the Ring, Randy's going to win King of the Ring, and Randy wants to capture number 15. Cody Rhodes wants to go wrestle John Cena and get back the WWE Championship that he had robbed from him at WrestleMania 41 at one of the worst main events in WrestleMania history. I can't imagine anything else was insinuated. But I'm sure if you guys are going to be watching the feed on USA Network, you'll see the redo between Cody and Randy. If you guys want to see the segment in full, I'm sure WWE is going to upload it on their YouTube channel. But I can't imagine anything is going to be out of the ordinary. They're going to play it up as they respect each other. And then I'm looking forward to what the match leads to. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, and what the aftermath is of the King of the Ring final. Will we finally start to see Randy Orton devolve into the Viper once again? I hope so. I think this is it. This will be the second year in a row he's been in the King of the Ring final and has lost. Last year he lost to Gunther. This year he's going to lose to Cody. Randy Orton is not winning the King of the Ring tournament. Randy Orton is not going on to SummerSlam to wrestle John Cena. That is for Cody and Cody Rhodes only. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, predictably, doesn't mean I'm not looking forward to the match, because I do think that they will tell a great story. Predictably, will get his championship rematch at John Cena in the main event of SummerSlam. I can't imagine this promo did anything else but play up the fact that they respect each other and that this is going to be two great friends battling it out, with both of them having individual desires of their own. I'd be shocked if we saw any teases of a heel turn from Randy Orton. I think we'll see that tomorrow night. So after a half an hour of delays, we resumed with Michael Cole and Wade Barrett apologizing for these technical issues. And we go right into a Solo Sikoa and JC Mateo backstage segment, as Mateo gave an order to make Jimmy Uso remember, or Solo rather, gave JC Mateo an order to make Jimmy Uso remember what it feels like to have no backup with him in this match. We go right into commercial, by the way. We come out of 30 minutes of technical difficulties, and as soon as we get these guys in the ring, they go right to commercial. Don't you think you should have given us the match in full after 30 minutes of fucking interruptions? So we come back from the break. Mateo, does this match mean anything? No. This match doesn't mean much of anything. I will tell you exactly what's going to happen tomorrow afternoon, though, because there is news on that. Mateo catches Uso after a top rope dive and slams him down to the mat. Mateo delivers a standing moonsault onto Big Jim for a near fall. Mateo then continued to work over Uso with a reverse bear hug. Uso escaped, took down Mateo with a corkscrew from the top rope, which created some separation for both Big Jim and JC Mateo. Uso began making a babyface comeback. Some big strikes there. He tried to lift Mateo up in a Samoan drop. He could not. Uso answered with a kick to the face, and then he takes Mateo into the corner, Irish whip, running hip attack in the corner. Mateo rolls to the outside. Big Jim runs the ropes, blindsides Jeff Cobb Mateo with a suicide dive, knocks him down in the aisleway. Solo Sikoa then grabbed at Uso's leg to create a small distraction, which allowed Jeff Cobb Mateo to recover and deliver the Tour of the Islands for the 1, 2, 3. Jeff Cobb Mateo gets the win. After the match, Solo gets into the ring. He extends his hands to Big Jim, starts talking with Big Jim, tries to favor with Big Jim. He offered a hug. Hug was refused. Big Jim slaps Solo Sikoa in the face. This led to Jeff Cobb Mateo and Solo Sikoa beating down Jimmy Uso until Jacob Fatu makes the save. Jacob Fatu caught Mateo with a pop-up Samoan drop before he laid out Solo. Solo wisely escapes. This allowed Fatu to do a jumping moonsault on Jeff Cobb Mateo. Uso and Fatu face down one another before Jimmy pushed Fatu out of the way to hit Solo, who was trying to attack, with a super kick. Jeff Cobb Mateo beats Big Jim. Big Jim saves Jacob Fatu from a Solo Sikoa attack, and the heels retreat on the go-home show for Night of Champions. There is news on a potential spoiler to happen, maybe, possibly, at Night of Champions. Hikuleo, we all know Tala Tonga, or whatever his name is going to be. Hikuleo is with WWE. He's been used for the first time in over a year, the last few weeks, in some dark matches right before SmackDown. According to PW Insider, Hikuleo has been spotted in Riyadh with other members of the WWE roster ahead of SmackDown and before Saturday's Night of Champions. The report, which cites several readers in Saudi Arabia confirming earlier speculation that Hikuleo had made the trip with the company, the son of wrestling legend Haku and the brother of current Bloodline members Tamatonga and Tongaloa, Hikuleo's presence immediately fuels the speculation that he could become involved in the group's ongoing storyline with Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso. Now, Jacob Fatu is slated to defend the United States Championship at Night of Champions against Solo Sikoa. What I'm thinking is, after what we got tonight and the heels retreating, it looks like, it feels like, it sounds like we may be getting a new United States champion tomorrow afternoon. I think Solo Sikoa is going to win the United States Championship with the help of Hikuleo. And he's going to have yet another member join him in what is now still the Bloodline story ongoing. If you care about this version or this chapter of the Bloodline. If Jacob Fatu beats Solo Sikoa tomorrow afternoon, that theoretically ends the Bloodline story between Jacob and Solo. WWE does not want to do that yet. Seems like WWE has pivoted in yet another direction. WWE had really focused on possibly giving Damian Priest a United States Championship title opportunity, potentially at SummerSlam against Jacob Fatu. They've crossed paths once or twice on Friday night. Nothing really materialized out of it, but Damian Priest made his intentions known that he wants the United States Championship. Looks like this Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa storyline is going to extend into SummerSlam. And Solo Sikoa is going to win his first WWE Championship, his first major title on the main roster. I do think that Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa do get a rematch at SummerSlam, and I think Jacob Fatu takes the title back from Solo there. But Hikuleo is in Riyadh, and we could see him on Saturday night, Saturday afternoon, Night of Champions. That's my prediction. DIY. Do it yourself. They are the leaders, the so-called leaders of the SmackDown Tag Team division. They tried to rally the other teams to do something about the Wyatt Six. SmackDown GM Nick Aldis entered the scene and made a match for Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa against Andrade and a mystery partner. Honestly, the mystery partner is not really all that mystery. And when the match was over, it was probably the best thing on the entire 3-hour program. Speaking of the United States Championship, the Women's United States Championship, Zelina Vega against Guilia. This match has been teased for weeks now, as Zelina Vega had to get through the nonsense that is Chelsea Green and the Secret Hervis. Julia has made her intentions known to take down Zelina Vega and win the United States Championship. Zelina Vega has had one of the worst title reigns of 2025. I don't know what the infatuation was by giving her the United States Championship. The only reason I could possibly think of is they really wanted to sweeten the pot for her husband, who made his return to the WWE, and around that time, she won the United States Championship. Look, everything is better. Look, this is not Vince McMahon's administration anymore. We love everybody. Lo and behold, she wins the title and nothing comes of it. Terrible matches, no reaction, just an awful theme song. And a title reign that is going to go down in the annals of history as one of the most forgetful title reigns maybe ever. Honestly. You know what's not forgetful? This $100 super chat that just came in. Holy shit. We got a $100 super chat from Jay Solstice. Randomly scrolling for something to watch while I'm on the treadmill and pleasantly surprised to see we're live from the OTS Beer Garden. Happy hour rounds for all my friends. Cheers, brother, and shout out to Sidro as he recovers. Indeed. Jay Solstice, thank you so very much, brother. Enjoy your workout, bro. Enjoy your workout. And yes, thoughts and prayers out to Sidro. I don't know where Sidro is. He may be taking a nap, for all we know. Sidro popped the Salamancer on Tuesday. He got him. He got him with a diarrhea joke. I was also got, too, by someone in the chat with a very funny name. Sharon Cox. I don't know why I found that so funny. It may actually be her name. I just thought you guys were trying to troll me again by having me pronounce a name that has some sexual innuendos. I don't know. Zelina Vega has had one of the worst title reigns of the modern era. Awful. Awful. She does not have the skill set to compete in this women's division. She don't. Bare minimum is what Zelina Vega is. Match started. Vega tried to go for an early pinfall attempt, but got met with some pinfall attempts from Julia. The two ladies exchanged kicks before Julia took advantage with a big suplex. Vega comes back with a knee strike that sent Julia to the outside, and then she flies off the top rope for a moonsault. And we go into a commercial break. SmackDown comes back with Vega in a submission by Julia as she's taken into the ring and got stomped on into the mat. Vega rolled to the outside again. Julia looked to continue whatever she was doing as far as her submission, but Vega threw her against the stairs and hit a running Meteora on Julia into the steel steps. They go back inside again. Vega went on the attack. She countered an attempt of a Northern Lights bomb by Julia. From the top rope, Vega caught Julia with another Meteora for a near fall. Boy, she's really just stealing all of Mercedes' moveset, huh? Nice to know. Vega tried to go back up top again, but Julia intercepts Zelina again. Hits a great-looking superplex. I don't know if this was something that was slightly botched and then they course-corrected in midair, but ended up looking very good. Vega recovered and landed a code red. Julia rolled over some more and got her feet on the bottom row. Another missed moonsault attempt led to a arrivederci by Julia, which is her running knee strike, followed by a Northern Lights bomb, which was enough for Julia to win the Women's United States Championship. There was a lot of miscommunication in this match from both ladies. There was some sloppiness in here from Zelina. not knowing what to do next as Giulia and Zelina really struggled on getting to the next sequence. There was like a 30-second piece of this match that was just fumble after fumble, and they didn't know which direction and what move they wanted to do. I don't trust Giulia is going to do much of anything with the United States Championship. She's not even, I don't want to say she's not over. She got a nice reaction here from Riyadh. But here in the United States, I don't think people are really in the know about what Giulia is or who Giulia is at all. I hope that quickly turns a corner. People have taken to Tiffany Stratton. She came up on the main roster. She was big in NXT for a little bit. She gets to the main roster and people love her. She's identifiable. Like, you know what you're going to get when she's in the ring. She's just got that vibe. Giulia's got a vibe too, but it's not resonating with the audience. I don't know what we need to do to change that. More personality, more of her speaking so people can understand what she's about and who she is. I don't know what it is. She's too good to fail. But WWE's got to give her something more if she is going to get over that hump and get to the next level. Giving her the United States Championship on the surface might be something that changes people's perception about her. Maybe people will look at her as a badass. Maybe people will look at her as SmackDown's version of Io. Who knows? But she's going to need some good creative to get the ball rolling. You can't take the title of Zelina to put it on Giulia and do the same thing that you did with Zelina as the United States Champion. Shit has to change. Things need to be different with Giulia as champion. More competitive matches. Have her get over with some of the in-ring work that she's capable of. Put her in there with people that she is going to put on great matches with. Don't just settle for Giulia on the main roster and now giving her the United States Championship. You think that she's done everything to accomplish here. No, the work is just beginning now. Now we got to get the character of Giulia over with the United States WWE audience. I don't know if that's going to be possible. The record that we saw with Zelina and Chelsea with the United States Championship reigns that they had, I'm not really all that confident in WWE doing better with Giulia as the United States Champion. It all starts with creative. If you don't give her the proper creative, the belt is not going to be where it needs to be, and Giulia is not going to be where it needs to be. Charlotte. She was walking past Alexa Bliss. She was just standing next to some production crates. Imagine just being flown out to Saudi Arabia to stand next to some production crates. Alexa proposed they're not friends. They don't need to be friends. She urges Charlotte to think that they could be allies of mutual benefit. Why do I have a feeling this is going to lead to them being a tag team and winning the tag team titles? That's what I feel like they are going to do. Queen of the Ring. Finals will take place tomorrow afternoon at Night of Champions. It will be Jade Cargill, who I'm predicting to be Queen of the Ring, against Asuka. Wade Barrett was in the middle of the ring. The women's Queen of the Ring crown on a podium stands in the middle of the ring. Jade Cargill comes out, Asuka comes out, and he interviews both of the ladies about their Queen of the Ring finals match taking place tomorrow afternoon. Wade Barrett asked Jade Cargill about what made her so confident that she is going to be able to beat Asuka tomorrow. Jade answered by saying that when she sees Asuka, she sees an opportunity to prove why she belongs here. She said that at SummerSlam, she didn't just plan on taking the title, but the whole damn throne. Well, if you win the Queen of the Ring, you are sitting on the throne. I'm guessing she means she's going to win the Women's World Championship. Cool. Asuka's in there, and she replied by saying that Cargill may be strong, but power isn't everything. Seemingly all that Jade Cargill has. She don't have the in-ring ability. She doesn't have the promo work. All she is a great look. She said she has the skills and the experience. She said that nobody was ready for Asuka. Before Jade could say anything else, which thank God she did not, Naomi thankfully interrupted with the Money in the Bank contract. Naomi said that while Asuka and Cargill are fighting for Queen of the Ring, Naomi has all the power. Naomi teased that she could cash in during the last woman standing match tonight, or she could cash in at Night of Champions tomorrow. Cash in on what? There's no women's championship match tomorrow. What is she cashing in on? If I'm Tiffany Stratton, I'm flying home. She said she had all the power to ruin all of Cargill's dreams. Like that. Naomi walked to the ring. Cargill got frustrated, pushed past Asuka to go after Naomi. And this obviously rubbed Asuka the wrong way. She laid Cargill out with a big kick. Naomi got on the apron and started taunting Jade Cargill. This is exactly what's going to happen, folks. Seeing that we didn't get a cash-in tonight. We got an attempted cash-in tonight, but we did not get a cash-in tonight. We didn't get Naomi walking away with the Women's Championship tonight. Jade is going to win Queen of the Ring tomorrow. So for anybody thinking that Asuka is going to win or Asuka is going to go on to wrestle Io at SummerSlam, which still may be the direction, which I hope it is, because I'd love to see it. Jade Cargill is going to win. We don't need Asuka to win Queen of the Ring to get us to Asuka and Io at SummerSlam. We can do something on Monday Night Raw. We could do something at Evolution. Remember that Evolution 2 is happening on July 13th. There could be a number one contenders battle royal there, or a gauntlet match, or something along those lines. Something. We don't need the Queen of the Ring to make Asuka the number one contender to wrestle Io at SummerSlam. I think that's just throwing creative out the window if you go that road. Jade Cargill and the story with Jade and Naomi is the proper story to tell through the Queen of the Ring tournament. You got to this point. Why do you stray away from that now? Now, I know we talked about it on Tuesday Night Titans. Jason thought tonight he was partially correct. Naomi did try a cash-in tonight against Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax in their last woman standing match. That match went on last. It wasn't the last segment of the show, but it was the last match of the show. We did not get a cash-in. I was hoping not to get a cash-in. I was hoping to see a cash-in at SummerSlam, and I'm still hopeful that we do get a cash-in at SummerSlam with Naomi cashing in and winning the Women's World Championship, the WWE Women's Championship. Jade is going to win Queen of the Ring. Jade is going to get Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam. Naomi is going to cash in and win the Women's Championship in one of two ways. One, Jade is legitimately going to win the championship from Tiffany Stratton, and Naomi is going to cash in on Jade. Or, something I actually like a little bit better, we get Bianca Belair helping Tiffany Stratton retain the championship, turning heel. Naomi comes on out, cashes in the contract, and wins the championship from Tiffany Stratton. Bianca and Naomi join forces, and they are back together. Any mix of those scenarios, I feel like, will be played out at SummerSlam. That's the way to go. I don't give a shit what they do. I don't give a shit what road they take. Naomi winning the women's championship is the way that it needs to end. How we get there is, I don't give a shit. Come up with a reason, come up with a way. As long as Naomi is walking out of SummerSlam with the women's championship. That will then theoretically build Naomi and Jade, and then also Bianca and Jade. Jade Cargill still sucks as a promo. She just sounds so unauthentic. There's a way to speak in front of an audience. The way Jade does it is not the way. Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce were backstage talking about their plans for the Women's Tag Team Championship. I wonder what they're going to do now that Liv Morgan is out. The rumor said that Roxanne Perez would be taking Liv Morgan's place and she would be the Tag Team Champion, just like Naomi filled in for Jade Cargill with Bianca Belair. They didn't really explain what the plan was, but before we got anything else from the two GMs, Alistair Black walked in and interrupted both men. Ron Killings, R-Truth, walked in. He stormed into the office and stepped in front of Alistair Black. He was yelling at both GMs that he was looking for John Cena, and what happened after last week, he wants another match with John Cena. Aldis said that Cena was here for Punk, but Killings would have none of it, and he left to go look for John Cena. Nick Aldis tried to apologize to Alistair Black. He put his hand up to stop Aldis from speaking, and he went to go follow R-Truth, because this was the second time now in 2 weeks that he's interrupted something concerning Alistair Black. We got something brewing here. Wade Barrett and Michael Cole recapped Los Garza winning the AAA World Tag Team titles at Triple Mania 2 weeks ago. I didn't think that Los Garza would ever win a championship. Here we are. They now win the AAA Tag Team Championship that is now 51% owned by WWE. Good enough to win the AAA Tag Team titles, but not good enough to win the WWE Tag Team titles. Speaking of tag teams, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa against Andrade and his mystery partner, Rey Fenix. Gee, I'm shocked. Everybody was asking where Rey Fenix was. We haven't seen Rey Fenix in 3 weeks. Rey Fenix leaves Guantanamo Bay. Rey Fenix joins WWE. He's already in Polcatraz. Seemingly, he was let out, at least for tonight. This was the best match on the entire show. It's not even close. Best match on the show. Andrade and Ciampa start things off. They locked up. Can I just say it's nice to see Andrade and Johnny Gargano back in the same ring together. One of the best WWE matches, maybe ever, with what they did at TakeOver Philadelphia. Andrade versus Johnny Gargano for the NXT Women's NXT World Championship. Maybe I need a fucking beer during happy hour. NXT Men's World Championship match, NXT Philadelphia TakeOver. Great. One of my favorite matches ever. Andrade and Ciampa start things off. Andrade back Ciampa into his corner. Phoenix tagged in. Double team attacks by both men. DIY draped Andrade across the middle ropes. Or actually, they were draped over the middle ropes because the babyfaces had the offense here. They were rocked by some duo kicks from Phoenix and Andrade. Up top, Phoenix and Andrade soared down and took down Gargano and Ciampa on the outside with 2 stereo dives. We go into commercial break. We come back from the break. DIY looking to take advantage against Rey Fenix, but Rey Fenix is too quick. He's too fast. He avoided some DIY attacks here, and he created some confusion and some separation and tags in Andrade, or at least tried to. Gargano pulled him off the apron. So some great tag team continuity here from DIY. Phoenix got blasted with a running knee in the back of the head by Tommaso Ciampa. Now they're on the top rope. Phoenix starts fighting off Ciampa. Walked across the top rope to kick him square in the face. Andrade finally got the hot tag. He came in like a house on fire against both Gargano and Ciampa. Andrade caught Gargano's slingshot spear, hit him with an elbow, followed by a reverse tornado DDT. He gets a 2.5. DIY, out of nowhere, catch Andrade with a shatter machine. Couldn't get the match done with that. Kick out by Andrade. We go into a commercial break. We come back from a second commercial break. Andrade and Gargano giving us flashbacks from TakeOver Philadelphia. Standoff on the top rope. Gargano tried to do a rolling powerbomb. Andrade blocked it. Hit his running knees in the corner, the Meteora. Double stomp by Andrade on Gargano was not enough. Phoenix took Ciampa out of the equation with a dive to the outside, which left Gargano and Andrade in the ring to slug it out. Now, the double kicks by Andrade, the double stomp, he went for his attempted double moonsault. But the thing is, on this night, Gargano was way too far away, and instead of landing on his feet off the moonsault for the first revolution, and then he does the second revolution into a standing moonsault, he just came off the top rope and did a fucking double stomp off the top rope while flipping backwards. He was way too far away, and he actually landed the double stomp in the flip off the top rope, which was fucking great. Phoenix, he tags himself in. He hits a very good-looking dive, rolling German suplex on Gargano for a 2 count. Phoenix lifted Gargano up for a muscle buster as Andrade headed up top. Andrade got pushed off. DIY took advantage, hit their super kick fairy tale ending combo. Phoenix kicked out at 2. Fans in Saudi were loving this. Chaos all over. Ciampa missed a knee. Phoenix hit his black fire driver, followed by Andrade sealing the deal with his finish, the message for the 1, 2, 3. This was a great match. We know how great DIY is when they are in the ring with wrestlers that know what the fuck they're doing. They are a great tag team when they're in the ring with another great tag team. SmackDown's going to 2 hours. And I know a lot of TV time is going to go away, and WWE is not going to be able to feature everybody on the show the way that they did at 3 hours. Rey Fenix and Andrade should be 2 guys. Carmelo Hayes, I'm throwing in there as well. These 3 guys, Andrade, Phoenix, and Carmelo, but I'm talking about Andrade and Phoenix now. Carmelo, that's another story for a different day. Hopefully he gets TV time. Maybe a move to Monday Night Raw would be best for him. But Andrade and Rey Fenix, if they don't have any plans whatsoever for a Lucha Brothers reunion right now, meaning they don't move Penta via a trade or via a draft, if we want to get TV time for both Rey Fenix and Andrade, I would not mind them being a tag team. I would not mind them being a tag team. They are a great tag team together. They work very well together. They are explosive together. I'd love to see it. If it means getting them meaningful television time. Because right now, Andrade doesn't have anything else to do. Rey Fenix doesn't have anything else to do. Giving them a run in the tag team division as a tag team because they are good friends to work against the Machine Guns and the Prophets and Fraxium and DIY. I can't hate that, man. The more tag teams, the better. I mean, they got a great fucking division over there. So why not? You could still do Andrade as a single. You could still do Rey Fenix as a single. That doesn't mean because they're a tag team that they're going to give up singles wrestling. They are 2 singles wrestlers coming together for the common cause to win the tag team titles and enter the tag team division while you can still work singles. Doesn't matter. But if you want to utilize the talent that you got now that you're going from 3 hours to 2 hours, why not? Because you know WWE ain't going to push them in a meaningful way at 2 hours. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it. And I like that idea. I've been asking for this and hoping for this for a while. Matos in the chat. Give Zelina the opportunity to be manager and feud against DIY with Candice. Boom. I think Zelina, as an in-ring performer in this division, has seen her day. There's nothing there that is resonating with the audience. There's nothing there that is exciting enough to make you want to see a Zelina Vega match. Her best work came as Andrade's manager. The less of her we saw, the better. She made that act. And she's a very good promo. That's where her strength lies. Where Andrade can't. Zelina, managing Andrade and Rey Fenix. I wish we'd get back to that, man. There's nothing more for that woman to do there. She's reached her ability limit. There's nothing left. Great match. Best thing on the entire show. We got a Punk Cena video package. Same one we saw on Monday Night Raw. Ron Killings jumps into the ring wearing a hood and a black mask. He stated that he was the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And once again, he called out John Cena for a fight. Alistair Black all of a sudden appears behind R-Truth, and he delivers black mass to R-Truth. Microphone picks up what they're saying as the cameraman is zoomed in on him. I guess, in a way, we are even now, Ron. Looks like we're getting heel Alistair Black. That's the best move for him. Feud him against someone that the crowd universally loves. Have him go on a crusade that he's getting wronged and R-Truth is not really thinking straight. And Alistair Black becomes annoyed and frustrated by it. And the only thing to do is to take him out, teach him a lesson. If that gets the job done and turns Alistair to a heel, that works for me. I think that works out perfectly. Something needs to be done there as well. And the report, we went over this yesterday. The report is that Malachi, or Alistair Black, is in line for a major push on WWE television, which is going to happen on Friday night. He ain't going nowhere. I love the fact that Alistair Black could be getting a major push on SmackDown. This is coming from PW Insider Elite. Sources cited in the report are the same ones who previously indicated that Damian Priest was earmarked for a move to the main event, a prediction that eventually came to fruition. The desire to push Alistair Black is reportedly due to the company being happy with both his in-ring work and his merchandise sales since returning. The backstage sentiment is reflected in Black's recent booking. He's been interacting with several main event personalities on SmackDown and has not lost a singles match since his return to WWE in May. The report states that if all goes according to plan, fans can expect Black to be utilized even more in central storylines in the coming weeks and months. Love it. You're starting to see that now. Having him go through R-Truth is only the beginning. As you guys saw if you watched the show, the next thing is Damian Priest. And there's a reason why Damian Priest was mentioned in this report. Alistair Black as a heel versus Damian Priest as a babyface. Sign me up, bro. Could be looking at a SummerSlam match right there. Planting the seeds for a nice mid-card, middle-of-the-road SummerSlam feud. I like it. I like it a lot. Speaking of Alistair Black, he was confronted by Damian Priest backstage. Priest said that if Black was looking for payment from Ron Killings, that he'd have to do it face-to-face next time. He has a problem with Alistair Black because R-Truth is his friend. Carmelo Hayes showed up and tried to warn Priest to keep his distance from Killings, but got told to back away. Carmelo said, "Oh, you don't like what I have to say, right? Because the truth hurts." Damian Priest, listen, SmackDown's got a great mid-card, bro. Damian Priest, Carmelo Hayes, Alistair Black, R-Truth. They got a great mid-card. There's no reason why that United States Championship title picture can't be competitive. Give us some story to go along with it, man. You'd be rocking and rolling there. I do think Carmelo Hayes, though, as far as Carmelo Hayes, a move to Monday Night Raw would probably benefit him more. I think that's the way to go with him. Tag Team Championships up next. The Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins versus the Wyatt Six, Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis. This was not good. This is yet another Wyatt match that basically put half of an arena to sleep. I know there are some Wyatt enthusiasts out there. I know that everybody's just infatuated with the fucking lore and the vibe and the look and the masks and everything that Bray Wyatt was and everything that came along with the Bray Wyatt universe. I get it. But what we're getting here, folks, I don't know how anybody is excited by what we're doing. It just feels off. Everything about it feels off. They haven't given them anything to really get excited about. The fans, what are we waiting for? Something to sink our teeth into. They just feel like another fucking team. They just feel like another team. Led by some fucking dope in a mask. What are we waiting for? They came back with one of the most memorable returns that you could possibly ever envision. Left the entire backstage fucking in shambles. Everybody was so excited about the way that they were presented during their return attack backstage. After that, they didn't really do much of anything. They feuded with who? Gable and American Made. And one of them got hurt, which led to all of them being off television for months. Only for them to then come back and then go after the tag team titles with no real explanation as to why. A group of 5 that are very storyline driven have yet to give us a reason why they're going after the tag team titles. Everything's riddled in fucking what ifs and these fucking cryptic promos. Give me a fucking reason. I've said it from day one. The one thing that will kill the Wyatt Six is doing the same things and making the same mistakes that you did with Bray. Why did Bray get over? Because Bray was in front of the camera. Bray got over because he spoke to the people. You got 5 people out there wearing fucking masks and none of them say a fucking thing. How are we supposed to sit here and emotionally invest in 5 freaks in a mask or in masks? How are we supposed to do that? We're not recreating Slipknot's first album here, bro. They look great. They all look great. But what the fuck is behind the masks? Who are behind the masks? Why should I care about the people behind the masks? I don't understand it. And then as a result, nobody's over. They sit down and they do these VHS vignettes. Nobody gets over. We mostly see Bo Dallas in those things. Nobody gets over. And then they wrestle and the crowd couldn't be bothered to give a shit. Something's not working. I'm waiting to see one of them realizes that nothing is working. Loomis and Ford started things off. Loomis did a creepy crawl like he usually does. Montez tried to do the creepy crawl as well. Montez used his speed. Gacy tags himself in. Floored Montez with a running senton. All of a sudden, the rest of the SmackDown Tag Team division appear at ringside. We see the Motor City Machine Guns out there. They jump the barricade. Fraxium jumped the barricade. They're all out there. Gacy caught Ford with a somersault clothesline. SmackDown goes to a break. We come back from the break. Montez and Loomis taking each other down with a double running splash. Both men managed to get tags to their partners. So in comes Dawkins and in comes Gacy. Dawkins used some speed, and Gacy's in the ring. All of a sudden, Loomis got pulled away by Los Garza. DIY attacks Dawkins, which caused the disqualification. Big brawl broke out. Eric Rowan sent to the ring by Uncle Howdy. He enters the ring. He gets taken down by multiple super kicks from Fraxium and the Motor City Machine Guns. Uncle Howdy enters the ring himself. and got Axiom with Sister Abigail. Street Profits went wild with consecutive dives on the Wyatt Six and the entire SmackDown Tag Team division. In the ring, Ford and Dawkins stared down Uncle Howdy as it was clear that the Wyatt Six war with the SmackDown Tag Team division was far from over. What exactly is this leading to? Do you care? Because I know I don't. The post-match stuff actually was better than the match itself. No contest. Jacob Fatu. He was confronted by Jimmy Uso in the parking lot. They talked about their mutual assistance being just a matter of respect. Jimmy said that was exactly what he should have been doing to Solo Sikoa a long time ago. The two seemed to part in a mutual respect type of way. Fatu left Jimmy alone, telling him he should have fit in where he needs to be, for the most part. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on with this. Like I said, Jimmy and Jacob, they're on some sort of common ground here, but come tomorrow afternoon, I believe Hikuleo is going to cost Jacob Fatu the United States Championship. WWE Women's Championship match. Last woman standing here. Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax. This was the last match of the night. This was the final in-ring match that we got tonight. And I do feel like I'm still very sleepy watching this because this match almost fucking put me to sleep to a point where I would have missed my scheduled time to stream. I felt like I was watching this match in fucking super duper 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 slow motion. I mean, they basically put all of Saudi Arabia to sleep. This was nothing like their last match, which was great. I don't know why we needed a last woman standing match with Nia Jax. I did not see Tiffany Stratton losing the title, whether it was to Nia Jax or a cash-in to Naomi. I think that would be silly. This was not good. In no way, shape, or form was this good. Might have been one of, if not the worst Tiffany Stratton matches that we've seen so far on the main roster. Jax went after Stratton right away. After the ring announcer introduction, she took out a turnbuckle pad cover. Took it off, which gave Stratton time to recover and fight right back at ringside. Those attempts were stopped with steel steps. Nia Jax threw steel steps into the ribcage of Tiffany Stratton. The announce table was then cleared by Jax, and she hit a Samoan drop across the exposed table. Stratton struggled to get back up. We go to a commercial break. SmackDown comes back from the break. Stratton dropped Jax with a crossbody from the top rope. She headed up in the opposite corner and hit a swanton bomb. Jax got herself up. Excuse me. But she got blasted with a big drop kick. Jax was able to get back up as she lifted Stratton on her shoulders and dropped her onto the exposed turnbuckle. It finally came into play. Stratton got herself back up on the count of 8, but she was thrown out of the ring by Nia soon thereafter. Now, while Tiffany Stratton is on the floor selling some pain, Nia Jax kept her eyes on the championship by tossing Tiffany into the barricade. Nia Jax placed Stratton on a table set up at ringside. She goes and heads to the apron, and Nia Jax absolutely flattened Tiffany Stratton through the tables to the floor outside off the apron. Tiffany Stratton gets up at a count of 9 with the assist and the help of the barricade. Now, there was no branding on the tables. There was no Slim Jim logo on the tables. These were non-Slim Jim tables. I don't know what the deal is in Saudi Arabia. Maybe they don't need all the sponsorships on the tables and at ringside and on the turnbuckle pads and on the barricades because the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is paying them so much more money than any advertisement could possibly pay them. I don't know. No Slim Jim tables tonight or tomorrow. So Tiffany gets up in a 9 after that great-looking spot. It was a great-looking splash. Nice snap to the tables as well. Nia Jax pulled out 2 more tables from underneath the ring, and they were set up in the aisleway this time. Tiffany Stratton once again made it back to her feet. We go to another commercial break. 2 tables are being set up. Tiffany armed with a kendo stick now. During the commercial, picture-in-picture, I guess, if you want to even call it that, Nia Jax tried to run at Stratton on the top of the stage, but she crashed into one of the screens instead, and they start fighting their way back to ringside. The action is now back at ringside as Nia Jax is repeatedly hitting Tiffany Stratton with a steel chair. Stratton was dragged across the ring as Nia Jax came down on her with an annihilator. She then puts a steel chair across the chest of Tiffany Stratton and goes back up top and hits another annihilator on top of the steel chair, which is on top of Tiffany. The referee's counting. Stratton makes it up at a count of 9, but got hit with a kendo stick by Nia Jax. 1 more table was set up in the ring. Nia Jax picks up Stratton on her shoulders and heads up to the top rope. Stratton escaped, which was an attempted Samoan drop, and instead hit a powerbomb on Nia Jax through the table. Both women are down. Referee started his count. Both Jax and Stratton made it to the feet at the count of 9. All of a sudden, Naomi tries to run down and cash in her Money in the Bank contract. Tiffany Stratton intercepts this and hits her with her own Money in the Bank briefcase. Stratton took advantage and also hit Nia Jax with the briefcase. So the briefcase now is being used as a weapon in the Last Man Standing match. She then follows that up with the prettiest moonsault ever onto both Nia Jax and Naomi. Jax miraculously got up at the count of 9. Stratton fought out of a superplex attempt through the 2 tables as she was struck in the head with the Money in the Bank briefcase once, which sent Nia Jax through tables, the one that were set up in the aisleway before, sent Nia Jax through the tables after she smashed the Money in the Bank briefcase across Nia's face. She goes through the tables off the apron, and that was enough for Tiffany Stratton to win and retain the Women's Championship. Nia Jax does not make it to her feet. She does not answer the count of 10, and Tiffany Stratton is still the Women's Champion. The match only started to pick up in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Outside that, it was like watching both women sink into a fucking pit of quicksand. Awful. Absolutely awful. I am so fucking done with so many aspects of this show. I'm done with Jade Cargill. I'm done with the Wyatts. I'm done with the fucking Bloodline. I'm done with Nia Jax getting a championship match. Nia's had some banger matches this year. I don't want to take anything away from the in-ring work that she's done. She's been relatively very good. But I don't know how many times we got to see Nia Jax and the Women's Championship. Let's move on. John Cena. He comes on out. We're about to see a CM Punk John Cena face-to-face in Saudi Arabia. He makes his entrance. He gets his ring announcer entrance by Mark Nash, who's fucking great. Love Mark Nash. Get used to it, Riyadh. This is what a winner looks like, he says. He said that CM Punk was a loser because he has been outsmarted, outmaneuvered, outgunned, and there's nothing that CM Punk can do about it. All of a sudden, we hear John Cena's old theme music, Basic Thugonomics. And CM Punk has a logo on the big screen in Saudi, Punkonomics. Or Punk Life was floating across the screen. CM Punk walks out on the stage dressed as a parody of John Cena in a jersey with the dog chain and the lock around his neck, with brass knuckles that say no drugs. And he's got the jorts. And he's walking down the aisle to John Cena's old theme music, Basic Thugonomics. You know, the theme music that John Cena, a lot of fans wanted to see John Cena walk down the aisle with in this heel run during this final year. CM Punk brought it back at least for one night. CM Punk gets into the ring with a microphone. I don't have everything transcribed, so if I miss some lines, I apologize, but it is definitely well worth your time to watch this segment by itself on WWE Tonight, USA Network, or if they upload the clip and the segment in full on their YouTube. This was fucking great. Punk didn't really rap, but he put together lines that rhymed, and he was shooting his shit at John Cena, because John Cena last week basically lifted and reenacted CM Punk's pipe bomb promo. Yo, check it. This is basic punkonomics. Punk talked about how he was stealing word life. Punk called Cena a Timu Macklemore with a Mackless rhythm, and that he's buried more talent than The Undertaker. Punk said if Cena never ate his vitamins or fixed his bald spot, he'd be a Boston mall cop. He called Cena a fish belly white Hulk Hogan, but somehow more problematic. It should be noted that Punk was speaking in a, if I could say for a better term, a very white guy version of a rap. Basically, where Cena could rap, Punk cannot. I still thought it hit on all the notes. Punk said that in 6 months, Cena might be a superhero, but he's washing his underwear for James Gunn. But he'll always be the Marine to him. We all see you, and we're looking at a washed-up bum, said Punk, who then called Cena a leech, a phony, and an ass kiss. Punk said that tomorrow there was one more wish to make, because Cena was the Drake to Punk's Kendrick Lamar. He dropped the microphone, show ended abruptly, or at least appeared to, because the producers, I guess they forgot to put the credits on the screen. I watched something that I thought was going to continue this segment, and then all of a sudden the screen goes black. I thought this was fantastic. I thought this was great. It was only natural, and I'm probably shooting in the dark here, but I feel like they were on the plane to Saudi and they were going over. They had a long flight over there, bro. So Punk and Cena probably sat. How could we one up what we did last week? You took my pipe bomb. How about I take Doctor of Punkonomics? And they penned the promo last night on the plane. Like I said in the beginning, 2 weeks, 3 weeks is not enough, man. I feel like, I don't want to sound selfish, because we're getting it, and I've loved what we got so far in 3 weeks. But, man, I'd love to see this go on longer. I'd love to see it continue on into SummerSlam. But I know that's not the direction that we're going into SummerSlam. We're getting Cena and Cody, unfortunately. Where Punk sits on the SummerSlam card, I don't know. But for the last 3 weeks, the promos, the face-to-face that we got the first night, that first week, great. And then we got the pipe bomb. And then we got this. I mean, they hit on everything that you need to make a match feel special. The build is probably going to be better than the match. But again, I'm not counting out Punk, because Punk has delivered every time he's been in the ring. And if there's anybody that could bring Cena to a great match, I do believe it will be CM Punk this run. I do. The Randy match was fine. They hit on all the top key notes in that match. They filled it with a bunch of smoke and mirrors. But I do think Punk is actually going to bring Cena out of his shell. And I do think it's going to be a very good showing. I loved everything they've done. Night of Champions seems like a very inconsequential card. It feels like a very unimportant card outside of 2 matches. Cody and Randy, which I feel is very predictable, and Punk and Cena. We don't know if Rollins is in the building. We don't know if Rollins is going to cash in. We got a lot of different ways to look at this. The match is not ending clean, I'll tell you that. How it's going to end, that's what I'm looking forward to. Will we see Seth? Will we see Roman? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to find out. But Night of Champions, it should be an entertaining afternoon. I'm not overly thrilled with the entire card, but I'm excited for CM Punk and John Cena. It's the last time ever. We might not get them crossing paths after this weekend. And we've gotten 3 weeks, and it's been the best 3 weeks in the entire John Cena heel run so far. It's the first time in his heel run since March 1st, where he initially turned on Cody with The Rock at the Elimination Chamber, that we finally felt John Cena's heel turn. And Punk is the guy to bring it out of him.
I drank a beer. I drank another beer. 3 beers. 4 beers. Oh no. 5 beers. Oh no. 6 beers. 7 beers. 8 beers. 9 beers. And a Bloody Mary.
Oh my goodness. My guy Havili with a $200 super chat. What's up, JD? Shout out from Brisbane, Australia. It's the 28th of June, Saturday. Congratulations on the 100th episode of TNT on Tuesday. On Wednesday, try to show you and Salamatsu some love, but YouTube wouldn't let me. Thought on the reaction for CM Punk. Favorite meals, favorite hero, favorite villain. Havili, another round of applause, bro. Havili, if you want to continue, if you want to support what Jason and I did on Tuesday, bro, there is something that is called Super Thanks. You can go to the comments section and leave a Super Thanks with a donation, like you would the Super Chat. You can leave it right in the comments section. So if you want to do that, or anybody wants to do that, that is available on the TNT stream. So if you guys want to go and do that, you are more than welcome to, of course. But again, Havili, thank you so very much, man. We missed you on Tuesday. We were thinking about you on Tuesday. My thoughts on the reaction for CM Punk. I was actually going to get into it right now because I got the news article actually pulled up on my iPad. I know some people were very hot about the fact that CM Punk showed up on the kickoff show for Night of Champions. And he finally addressed the elephant in the room. CM Punk in 2020 got into a little verbal spat with The Miz. And it resulted in CM Punk telling The Miz to go suck a blood money covered dick in Saudi Arabia, you fucking dork. Was his exact tweet. That tweet will live on in infamy, folks. The now deleted tweet, which nothing is ever deleted on social media, saw Punk get plenty of criticism, especially after he was confirmed to face John Cena at Night of Champions in Riyadh this weekend. Something that they turned into a storyline. I don't know why people are losing sleep over this. I don't know why people are engaging over people who are angry with it. Why? Soon as Punk made it back to the WWE, you knew he was going to be working Saudi Arabia. Royal Rumble's taking place in Saudi in January. Punk is going to be there. Saudi Arabia, more than likely, while Punk is still able to work, is getting a WrestleMania. Punk is not going to be missing a WrestleMania in Saudi. So you might as well rip the Band-Aid off now and get him there for this show. So that the next time he goes, it's not going to be a big deal at all. It's just going to be another fucking thing that, you know, is forgotten about. I don't know why people are so upset about this. I don't know why people are so surprised about this. We have talked about this several times. If Punk is okay with it, and Punk is the one that has to sleep with this, knowing what he did, who are you to complain about another man's choices? Why is the choices of one person directly affecting you? Why are you losing sleep over what someone else does? Worry about you. Worry about yours. Am I losing sleep over the fact that Punk is in Saudi Arabia? No, you fucking idiot. I'm concerned with this match going off and being great because it's the last time we're going to get it. They've entertained you with the best possible fucking direction you could ask for in the last 3 weeks. I've loved it. Enjoy it. When it's gone, you're probably going to be wondering, man, I wish we got another Punk and John Cena match. You did. Man, I wish we would have got another John Cena CM Punk build. You did. You were too busy complaining about the fact that Punk tonight is sleeping in a beautiful hotel in Riyadh. Punk already drew heat this weekend after he appeared to brush off a little kid who was looking for a photo upon his arrival. This is the other thing that made the rounds. This is the other thing that got everybody upset. Oh, why didn't CM Punk stop to take a picture with this poor kid? How could he? Oh, if this was Bret the Hitman Hart, his hero, Bret would have stopped and took a picture with this kid. First of all, I don't give a fuck how old you are or who you are. This kid rushed up to CM Punk while they were trying to get to what probably was a meet and greet and an autograph session. Just like everybody else, get the fucking line and wait your turn to take a picture. What did you expect him to do? This is no different than fucking virgins and geeks running up to people at the fucking airport. I don't even know how you know what their gate or flight number is. People rush up to these talents and rush up to these professional wrestlers with fucking boxes of shit to sign. What gives you the right to do that, you fucking creep? And what makes you think that they have the right to sign? They have every right to say no. Get in line like the rest of the kids. But you know what else I also noticed about that clip? Nobody pinpointed the security guard who also pushed the kid away. Where was the kid's father? Where was the kid's parents? Why did they allow him to do that? Give me a break. Yes, MJF threw tequila on a fucking kid. Who gives a shit? Who cares? All anybody did was talk about this yesterday and just farm engagement and make videos and spread hate and do this and do that. You all have Punk derangement syndrome. Punk is to the IWC as what Donald Trump is to the fucking weirdos who just live and breathe and wake up every single day, who hate every fucking thing the guy does. I get it. You don't like him. Great. Fantastic. Go live your life now, bro. Don't let the actions of one man dictate how you live your life. Punk was on the kickoff show. He was booed every time WWE showed him on the kickoff show. This includes showing him walking into the venue and when he was announced by Michael Cole. CM Punk got a little bit more of a positive reception from the crowd, mostly due to them singing his theme song. However, boos continued once the music stopped. One fan was seen and heard yelling something to Punk on stage, and he took the time to address it. Punk finally addressed the infamous tweet at The Miz and offered a sincere apology for what he has said in the past. This guy wants me to apologize for a mean tweet I wrote 6 years ago, said CM Punk. Hey, listen. Legitimately had nothing to do with Saudi Arabia. I woke up, I was in a crabby mood, and I wrote a mean tweet to The Miz, and I apologized to The Miz. And sir, what's your name? Mohammed. Mohammed, here, watch out. I'm going to step right here, Mohammed. I sincerely apologize to you and all of Saudi Arabia. The crowd then erupted in cheers and CM Punk chants. I'm not perfect by any means. Sometimes as human beings, we screw up. And the beautiful thing is, everything is a lesson learned. And now here I am, and you've invited me to your country, and I am grateful to be here. Thank you very much. You mean to tell me that people are upset that a man has matured, has grown up, admitted his mistakes, and apologized for the things that he said? And you're still angry at him. What more does CM Punk have to do for you? Sacrifice a human being live on stage to the fucking gods? Does he have to sacrifice a human being for you to apologize to him? What does he got to do? Does he got to trek across the Saudi Arabia deserts with no water and make it back alive for you to understand that he's sorry? Would that be enough of an apology? These are the same fucking people that I see on social media month after month, year after year, that fucking have this notion about me for a fucking comment I made about Alexa Bliss 6 years ago during the pandemic. They still talk about it, even after I apologize for it. Am I the same person I was then? Am I the same creator I was then? Of course I'm not. Am I these nasty things that people are talking about because of that tweet? Of course I'm not. These people don't know me. They don't know me from a fucking hole in the wall. Who the fuck are you to be judge, jury, and executioner and fucking tell everybody to stay away from me or anybody else because of something that they did or said? Like you're some fucking innocent party in this and have done nothing wrong in your entire life and have said nothing off color. Right? Give me a fucking break. Look yourself in the mirror and you'll realize that the mistakes that you're blaming others for, you probably made the same mistakes as everybody you're pointing the finger of blame at. Fuck them. These people are looking for drama, they're looking for trouble, and they're looking to fucking rile shit up. Say one thing and you'll never let it go. So I understand how it feels. Everybody's so upset that a fucking guy who has a strong opinion went out there and admitted his mistakes and he apologized to everybody that had a problem with him and was directly affected by this tweet. And you still have a problem with him. Oh, but he pushed a kid at an autograph signing the night before. Who gives a fuck? If your fucking stupid parents were actually parenting, maybe the fucking kid wouldn't have rushed the fucking line and been in a place where probably he shouldn't have belonged. Give me a fucking break. Social media is fucking garbage. Trash. If I didn't have this fucking show, you wouldn't hear a fucking peep from me. CM Punk apologized. The AEW sickos are upset. The AEW fan base is laughing at him. Look at this guy's a hypocrite. Go fuck yourself, man. You're all fucking hypocritical. You are fans of a company and a boss that is hypocritical. I find it funny how all these people are calling out hypocrisy when they are the most they fucking live in hypocrisy. They're the most hypocritical. Unbelievable to me. I had a guy today. Let me see if I could find his tweet. I had a guy today crying. He tweets me in a screenshot of what I said about the Beast Mortos on Wednesday. I said the Beast Mortos now has a main event on Dynamite 2 weeks in a row. It has nothing to do with his character or in-ring ability. Shocking. I'm sorry. Where's the lie in that? Where's the lie in that tweet, chat? Where's the lie? Did I tell any lies there? His issues with Mercedes are extremely unhealthy, is what the guy quote tweeted me. Got seen by 91,000 people and it's got 1,600 likes. You know what the guy's name is on Twitter? The Phil Brooks Humiliation Tour Enjoyer. It's cute. These are the people that exist on social media. These are the people that exist on social media. I get called someone extremely unhealthy because I tweeted something that is factually correct. Meanwhile, his name is the Phil Brooks Humiliation Tour Enjoyer. How How am I unhealthy when your fucking entire profile is fucking riddled with CM Punk hate? People are mental, chat. People are mental. So if that answers your question, Havili, that's what I think of the CM Punk reaction. Favorite meal? Anything Italian. I love tacos too. I love Mexican. Favorite hero? Batman. Favorite villain? Sephiroth. Nobody better. Who better? Thank you guys for a great stream. Let's read through these super chats and then get the hell out of here. I appreciate you all very much, man. Thank you for hanging out with me. I know it's an early stream. It's not really on the normal schedule. Hopefully we'll get back to what we need to do next week. Remember, Monday Night Raw is 6 p.m. on Monday. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll let you guys know on social media. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Make sure you guys go check out all of the other content on the channel. There is plenty of it. Live streams, content in between, news and rumors, everything you need, man. We're on our way to 172,000. We're about 150 away from 172,000 subscribers. Want to congratulate Dave LaGreca on Busted Open 24/7. It's quite the accomplishment. He's got a great team over there. I've always made it my intentions to let it be known that the end goal for what I do here, because I think I'd be great at it, is to get on Sirius. Whether it's for Off the Scripts as a one-man show and be like the Mike Francesa and Mike and the Mad Dog for pro wrestling here in New York City, or whether it would be with my partner in crime on Tuesdays, the Solid Monster, man. 24/7 is a huge undertaking. They're going to need some content over there. How about we start a movement to get Tuesday Night Titans over on Sirius XM? Busted Open 24/7. I think we'd fit in like a glove over there. Like spaghetti and meatball. Havili. I don't know. Maybe I'll shoot my shot to Dave. Hey, yo, LaGreca. What are you doing for content over there, bro? We got the show on Tuesday night that does incredible numbers, man. What do you think? I don't know. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Make sure you guys go check out all the content. Tonight, we're sponsored by Magic Mind. Love me some Magic Mind, man. You know, tonight we saw a great tag team match. Andrade, Rey Fenix, man, they worked as a cohesive unit tonight. Great match. Match of the night. Like Andrade has Rey Fenix, man. I have Magic Mind in the morning. Normally when I start my work day and I sit right here and prep for the streams and prep for the videos and the news and get everything ready for Tuesday Night Titans. First thing in the morning, I say to myself, man, I need to be focused. I can't be cloudy. I can't be foggy. I got to have something before I make my espresso. That's where Magic Mind comes in, bro. It's like a hot tag. Magic Mind. As soon as I wake up, Magic Mind. MagicMind.com/JDfromNY. That's the link. Yeah, if you have one of those days where your brain's not working, feels like it's working a 3-on-1 handicap match, and you're losing. That used to be me until I started Magic Mind. Magic Mind is the original green, small shot, packed with 12 science-backed ingredients, matcha, nootropics, adaptogens, and lion's mane. And they help you stay focused, they help you feel calm, and it's all done without the crash. No crash. We're not crashing like Mick Foley here, bro. 55 milligrams of time-release caffeine. So instead of hitting you like a Goldberg spear, it builds gently, keeping you locked in for hours without the jitters or sudden energy dumps that leave you staring at the ceiling like it's the lights after a last man standing match, like Nia Jax tonight, basically. This isn't your average energy drink either. It's designed for calm, sustained focus, stress resilience, and mental clarity, which means you can actually handle your to-do list, your email inbox, and yes, maybe even that group chat without cutting a heel promo halfway through on everybody. Clearer thinking, longer lasting energy, less procrastination, better brain health. So if you're tired of your brain feeling like it's stuck on the pre-show, head to magicmind.com/JDfromNY. Unbelievable limited time offer. 60% off a subscription by using our unique link. magicmind.com/JDfromNY, because your brain deserves to be in the main event. Love me some Magic Mind, bro. Let's get into the super chats. Tribal Queen, thank you for the recommitment to the VIP club. Thank you very much. Bevlar90 with a $4.99. JD gets VPN. JD watches more commercials than on regular TV. There were a lot of commercials, bro. A lot of commercials. Cody Snyder with a 5. All due respect to Randy and Edge, Punk is Cena's greatest rival. Absolutely. Agreed 100%. Tone VC with 28 months. Drinking an ice cold Imperial IPA. OTS for life. Cheers, brother. Andy Suppers with 19 months. Congratulations on 100 episodes, bro. Andy, thank you, brother. Solid Monster and I are very appreciative of all that support us, man. It's a great night on Tuesday. We'll be back at it on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. Willem Hendrick Fullard with 54 months. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, brother. It's a long time. Olivia Lover, 6815 with a Bulgarian $2 super chat. Times 3. Hey, JD, favorite Kane match? I said 2 months ago, Mortos will be TNT champ. Also, favorite Jericho match ever, JD. Bulgaria is OTS. I don't really have a favorite Kane match, Olivia. I will substitute that for favorite Kane moment. The debut of Kane inside Hell in a Cell, 1997. Mortos, I would not be surprised if he's TNT champion. I mean, you know, he may be the one to take down John Moxley for all we fucking know. And favorite Jericho match ever? Something to do with Shawn Michaels. Something to do with Shawn Michaels, no doubt about it. That's one of the best stories that WWE's ever told. Tone VC with a 2. Tube amp or solid state? Marshall or Mesa Boogie? I'm gonna go Mesa Boogie, bro. Tube amp, Mesa Boogie. Steph 497. 499. Zelina is a great manager. Oh, Zelina is a great manager. Terrible wrestler. I agree. Jericho, 8131 with the $10 super chat. I'm hoping that Black will eventually pick up where Tony Khan did him wrong and resume his devil reincarnation story from AEW or the Dark Father gimmick before he got released from WWE. I don't know. I said this on multiple occasions. I do feel like if they go darker, it's not going to be something that resonates with the fans. It might work as a heel, but you see what's happening with the Wyatts. I don't want them to dip into the cheesiness with Malachi, because I just want him to be normal. Like, live the gimmick, but be normal. You don't need all this nonsense and the smoke and the darkness and the fucking magic and whatever. If he wants to do a little bit of that here, that's fine. But I want to see him speak. I want to see him be a human. Something needs to resonate with the audience. As soon as you get that reaction, you know you're onto something. Ali with a 5. JD with Jordan Grace on SmackDown. Who do you see her as her first opponent, if you had to guess? Oh, they'll probably start her off small. They'll probably start her off with a couple of enhancement matches. Maybe Zelina. I could see her going right after the United States title. Her and Giulia. Pick up the pages where they left them off in NXT. Havili, thank you again, brother, for the 200 in Brisbane Super Chat, Australian Super Chat. Appreciate you, bro. Butterscotch with 21. OTS brings me so much joy. I'm honored to support the best platform in the IWC with my membership, JD. Keeping real, my brother. Butterscotch, thank you, bro. Appreciate the kind words, man. Always strive to entertain, man. Always strive to entertain. Johnny Boy Vaccaro with a $20 super chat. I'm not a super Punk fan from the beginning, but how many of us said or done something that we ended up changing our mind? Probably everybody in this chat, Johnny Boy. CM Punk is a human. Give him slack and enjoy his wrestling character. If not, change the channel. Sickos. The thing is, they don't even watch the fucking show. They are just there to farm engagement. That's all they care about. Thank you, Johnny Boy, for the 20. Gamma Thor with 34 months. The realest in the game. You know it. Chatters, 2011 in the chat. YouTube ain't letting me send a super chat. I'm subscribed to the channel. Do I have to be a member too? No, you don't have to be a member, chatters. YouTube is fucking weird, man. I don't know where you're watching me from. Sometimes it'll work on PC, sometimes it won't. Sometimes you'll have to go to the app and watch me on your phone or tablet, and you can super chat through there. I don't know what it is. Sometimes it doesn't work on the tablet or iPhone or Android. I don't know. Try multiple platforms, man. It works for one of them. Sometimes it gets glitched on the others. I don't know what to tell you. I wish you could support. I would love the support. I hate hearing that. Bodie McBoatface with a 10. JD, you are so right about Punk. Not only did he apologize, but he went to Saudi and apologized in the Lion's Den to those people. He could have easily had his agent make a statement and call it a day, yeah? Imagine being so much of a man, bro, that you still get shit on. These people aren't human beings. Johnny Boy with a $10 super chat. Chat starting the call. Or he says, chat, start calling on Busted Open. We want Tuesday Night Titans. JD and Solomons are on Busted Open. Our voice matters, OTS fan. Do it. Do it. Get their attention. Listen, man, I moved on from my Denise slander, but if Denise can be on there, I'm sure me and Jason can be on there as well. Come on now. Furious Nation with a 499. What's up, JD? Thank goodness for SmackDown going back to 2 hours next week. 3 hour SmackDowns just don't work, and the 2 hours is just more easier to watch. Yes. Yes. It is a lot easier to watch. I can't wait. Hannah with a 499. Hope you and Solo can get that Busted Open 24/7 deal. Love your conversations every week. You both have great points and love the joke portion. Sharon Cox. Are you Sharon Cox? Don't tell me you're Sharon Cox. I love the jokes. It's like our own personal fucking comedy show. And Furious Nation with a $9.99. All I can say is I'm happy that Giulia beat Zelina Vega for the women's U.S. title. Zelina sucks, and I would honestly put her back with Andrade. Also, did you hear that? Did you hear the Johnny Wrestling chants on SmackDown? I did. DIY was big time over in Saudi Arabia. Good for them. Good for them, bro. Listen, guys, thank you very much, man. I know it was out of the ordinary for an afternoon stream. I couldn't ask for anything better, man. I know our audience is a little lacking at this hour because you all expect me later, but hopefully those who watch me later eventually tune in. Furious Nation with another $4.99. After watching the Punk and Cena segment with their build, it goes to show you that CM Punk still is a draw. Tony Khan truly let his biggest draw go. Tony Khan is clueless. Tony Khan is clueless. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Thank you guys for a great stream, man. Dinner time. Just in time for dinner time. Make sure you guys follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Go check out all the other content on the channel. There's plenty of it. Hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Helps me out tremendously. And magicmind.com/JDfromNY. 60% off. Use our link. Go get yourself some Magic Mind today. Until Monday, I'll be back here live for Monday Night Raw. Actually, no, Night of Champions. Duh. Tomorrow, I'll be live. Night of Champions right here on Off the Script.